Look at all the recordings I have saved. I got to figure out what I can get rid of.
It's a little archive.
All right, what's the date today, asshole? 29th.
29th, yeah.
Yes, 29th. Welcome to the Randcast. Please like, subscribe, the notification bell. Sorry, I'm Cranky Dick Jenkins. I got a cold from your old pal fucking Casey. And I'm not feeling good. When you're old like me, I guess it hits you harder. You know, you gave it to my kid. My kid gave it to me. But I'm here. I'm pushing. Keep pushing.
I question that statement, but whatever.
What statement?
That I gave it to your daughter and she gave it to you.
How the hell else did I get? I'm not around anybody sick.
I don't know where she got it from.
You.
How do you know? I wasn't around her.
I don't know. Something must have happened Saturday. All I know is you had a cold Saturday. This son of a bitch had it Sunday. What are you pointing at?
No, she's at that entrance over there.
I don't know.
A lot of people.
How many workouts have you missed?
A lot of traffic.
How many workouts have you missed?
I haven't missed any.
I can't work out like this. Bullshit. You're not supposed to. You can make it worse. That's what I usually do, is push through it.
I just didn't push it. I just didn't push it hard. Just got the blood flowing.
Oh, I got to get over this thing. All right, it's the Randcast. You know, support us on Patreon where you'll get the full Randcast. I think today on the Randcast, yeah, you're pushing it all right. We should talk about Kingfish, Jerry the King Lawler, since his name came up. But right now, why don't we go ahead? I guess, wow, it really happened quick. Wrestlemania weekend.
Wrestlemania.
Yeah, Wrestlemania 38.
Is it 38? Wow.
Yeah, tell me this. When you were under contract, when you were at OVW or on the roster, did you make every WrestleMania?
Not everyone. I made a handful. Not everyone.
Why?
I don't know. They just didn't need me as an extra, I guess.
What, then you guys just go to, like, hang out or whatever?
Yeah, I was booked on WrestleMania 23 and 24 as extras.
Oh.
Maybe 25, I don't remember.
Now, for those that don't know, Casey was under contract with Vince for almost 5 years. So what did you do? Did you guys do anything?
I basically did nothing. If they needed me to do something, I was there to do it. They would probably book, for big shows like that, they would book more extras than they normally would.
Okay.
Not even locals. If they would use guys that were under contract, that they weren't doing anything.
I don't know why they don't do that anyway. You know? It can't cost more than $100 more to bring your own guys in. Who else that you remember was with you that didn't? I guess what I'm asking is, who else was with you? Like Ziggler, Nemeth, was he with you like then? And, look what happened to the prick.
He probably was. I don't remember. I mean, there was a lot of them, man. It's something that doesn't really stick out in my mind.
Do you have any WrestleMania memories?
No, not really.
Would you watch the shit?
No, I just remember I didn't know who Kim Kardashian was, and I go, what the F is that? I walked up on her ass, and I go, that
Naked?
is... No, she was just walking around in the back.
Okay.
I'm like, holy crap. I
Her
go,
ass,
who is this?
What does her ass have to do with it?
I mean, I've never seen anything so unproportionate in my life. I go, you got to be ribbing me.
You weren't into
What
that?
is it? No, I'd never seen her before. This is right when the Kardashians, they started their show.
You're referring to her giant ass.
Her giant ass. And I
you
had never
weren't
seen
into it.
Yeah, I liked it, but I was just like, holy shit, what is that? You got to be kidding me.
And how long did you live in Puerto Rico?
There was nothing like that down there. I mean, I think she gets the butt and she gets the fat pumped into her ass. It's not real. She gets the injections.
I don't know.
She's got diaper butt now. That's what happens when you get old. The butt, it looks nice when you first get it injected, but then it starts to sag. Because she has little stick legs and then a giant ass and then a tight. That's not natural. Oh. But I remember she was back there because she was on one of the WrestleManias, and I was like, holy crap. Okay, so I do have a couple of things. That same WrestleMania, I got to meet Snoop Dogg.
Snoop?
Yep.
Snoop.
He was on the show. And I always put this over. Floyd Mayweather was on the show.
Now that would be cool.
That was super cool.
Yeah.
And one of the most impressive things I tell everybody, one of the most impressive things I've ever seen in my life was watching that guy just warm up to go out for his match. He was just shadow boxing. Mm-hmm. And he was probably running at 50%. Mm-hmm. And it's the most impressive thing I've ever seen in my life. His hands were so fast. I mean, he could have
middleweight, light heavyweight?
Yeah, light heavyweight. Middleweight.
So what's that?
Lightweight.
Light heavyweight.
Light heavyweight.
Okay, so $175?
Yeah, I think he's even smaller than that. He might be just lightweight.
Okay.
But
lightweight, man, that's like 130.
Holy shit, dude. He could have his back to me. I could go to swing. He could turn around and fucking jab me in the mouth before I even got the punch thrown through.
What did he do on that WrestleMania?
He worked Big Show.
They worked?
Worked a match, yeah.
Oh, was it?
It wasn't bad. I mean,
they box or wrestle?
They wrestled a little bit. It was a gimmick match. A gimmick match. Mayweather ran from him, and then,
Sure.
But,
who was the heel?
Mayweather.
Okay.
Oh man, but I'm telling you, just watching this guy do his thing.
Yeah.
Well, and like I said, I know he wasn't in training.
Imagine
he didn't have a fight coming up. He was probably just running the tank. He was probably just running the motor 50%, and it's one of the most impressive things I've ever seen in my life.
What about, imagine how many punches he must have thrown. He must have thrown in his lifetime to get that fast.
Yeah, I don't know. After that, even because everyone's like, oh, Pacquiao's ducking him, this and that. I go, dude, I don't give a shit what, man. I'm putting my money on Mayweather every day of the week and twice on Sunday. I mean, he's probably one of the greatest he's undefeated. He's never lost.
I don't
At his weight, he's probably the greatest fighter at his weight ever. Maybe one of the greatest overall, pound for pound, greatest boxers ever.
So I'm going to go ahead and take this opportunity to jab again on the indie idiots. Like they don't come to camp, they don't work out in the ring. If they're lucky, they're wrestling twice a month, calling themselves wrestlers. Floyd Mayweather wasn't even boxing. He was just warming up for a gimmick match. And look at that. That's called putting the work in. That's the difference between professional and an indie tard, I mean,
yeah, he's a...
So what did you get from, what was the report you got? So, I don't know what WrestleMania I did. It was in Chicago.
Yeah.
And Punk was there, CM Punk was there, and a whole bunch of other assholes. But I went nuts. I just went nuts. And it didn't have to do with me being a jagoff. I just was flipped out because Victor Quinones had died that morning, and I had a brush with greatness with an angel investor to go down there and strike a deal with them. I had money behind me, real money with real company and real people. And Victor just died the night before that morning. So rather than having 1,000-mile stare, you know what I mean? I just projected it all outward. Said everything I wanted to say to whomever I wanted to say to that I've always wanted to say, figuring it's probably the last time I'll see these pricks anyway. But what was the report you got from Punk after OVW, and what did he appear, what were his actions about it? Was he jacked, happy?
Oh, he just told me that you called Pat Patterson a sex offender.
Right to his face, man.
Yeah.
I didn't even think about it. Just rolled off the tongue.
Pretty good.
Yeah, I know a lot of people wanted to say that over the years. I don't know how I got away with it.
Yeah.
I'm surprised they didn't book a match just to whoop my ass. But in the same token, I was right. I think I garnered more respect from that WrestleMania than scoffs. Scoff, is that the right word?
Sure.
I just had it, There's a whole bunch of other stuff, like I went after Eric Bischoff and trying to think of what else I did. I can't remember. Is that the only thing you can remember from my WrestleMania?
Yeah. I wasn't there, but...
Vern was there, and I asked Vern.
Oh, he brought his gear.
Yeah, I asked Vern if he brought his gear. That's
pretty funny.
And I was sitting there in Triple H's throne watching the monitor.
Hey, Vern, did you bring your gear?
That was hilarious. All right, now we're going to get into Kingfish. Jerry, the motherfucking King Lawler. How many times you work Lawler, you think?
I don't know, 15, 20 times.
Yeah, I've been in there with him, I think half a dozen or so.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, one of our guys who's been out there trying to get his name out there, sampling the indies, he's picked up some really bad habits. But what was cool is he was on something last week with the main event being Jerry Lawler versus Doug Gilbert, and motherfuckers all humbled now, especially when he brings up my name and Casey James's name to Jerry the King Lawler. And what we're going to do on this podcast after we end right now is talk to you about what was that thing that he said. Someone said, maybe it was Doug Gilbert said, yeah, I thought my name was you dumb fuck for the first 5 years I was in the industry.
Yeah.
And that's how it used to be, man. That's how they protected the industry. If you fucked up, you were a dumb fuck. You didn't even have to fuck up. You just had to look like you fucked up. But you really learned the politics. There are way more politics than there is now. And once you fucked up, getting back into the good graces of the king, I'm not lying to you. In that Memphis territory, that motherfucker was the king. I'm watching Game of Thrones right now, and everybody's jockeying to try to fight to be a king, Mm-hmm. And the ridiculous juice that these guys have is funny. But it's the same thing with Jerry Lawler, man, in Memphis. Until you made peace with the king, you weren't coming back, Right. All right, we're going to go off about the king now. Again, like, subscribe, notification bell, and you can get the full podcast commercial-free, ad-free on Patreon. Premier Pro Wrestling Patreon. Look at all the recordings I have saved. I got to figure out.